welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but the remain and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. All right, give it a stretch. Oh, that's good. All right. All right. Nice. So, welcome back. I've got the printers. I just started like a new set of prints, and so that should be good for later today. Let me see here. Let me do a battery check real quick. So welcome to untilit.works, a thing I made mostly for myself to be able to work on projects that I've been meaning to work on, because I am the type of person, if I don't make time, I'll never find time. And by doing untilit.works, it gives me the opportunity to be able to work on projects and things I've been meaning to work on. For example, I don't even have it up there, but like I have a bunch of orders that I need to get out this week. And so I'm just working on it little by little, you know what I'm saying? So I already got one kind of like boxed up. I just got to package it to get it ready to ship. I have another one over there. I'm waiting on stuff to print here for that, put that together. So untilit.works allows me to set aside time, because I'm the type of person, if I don't make time, I'll never find time. And by doing untilit.works, it allows me to be by the computer to do these like little short live streams. And so I'm figuring while I'm by a computer, I might as well work on some other stuff, right? So like I sent off an email to the customer support. They're asking for some stuff, so I'm gonna get replacements sent in. So that's gonna be cool. And so yeah, I just try to get as much as I can done on this day, so that if I never get to it during the week because of work or whatever, at least I know I did some work on these other projects. So untilit.works consists of ciphers, and a cipher is a 3-hour block of time. Within each cipher, there are sessions. There's a work session and a break session. Work sessions are like 45 minutes, heads down, working on what you're working on, trying to make some progress. Break sessions are these where I'll pop up on the video to remind you to take a break, get up, walk around, drink some water, and or sit there and watch me talk about something I found interesting on the internet. Either way, don't let your mind think about the thing you're just focusing on. Give it a chance to relax. All right. So that is the work session. Break session. So like I mentioned, I'll pop up on here to remind me to take a break. If you ever come to the site in the middle of a break session, the video may look like it's frozen. And that's because browsers allow for autoplay video with audio. And that's why the notice there is saying you may need to click play to start the stream. What else? Below that, next to the notice that you may need to click play to start the stream, there is a button, open closed captions. I'm using the speech recognition API that's built into Chrome browsers to turn my speech into text. And so if you click that button, a space will open up, and the words I'm saying will hopefully be transcribed accurately in that space. Then there's 2 buttons. Don't worry about them. They're broken. There's a countdown timer, count when the next work session starts. And then there's a button if you'd like to join the room to chat or ask questions. All right, so that is the break session. Show you kind of like what the work session looks like. All right, so if you check out the upper right-hand corner, if you click subscribe, it has a list of all the upcoming ciphers you can subscribe to get notified when we go live. On the left is an audio player, so if you want to listen to some tunes while you're working on what you're working on, you can do that there. Towards the center is the to-do section, where it says add a task. You type in your task, hit enter or the plus button, and it'll add it to the list. You can edit the task by clicking the text. You can delete it by clicking the X button, or if you want to mark it complete, click the checkbox. Now then send it to the done section. If you click the header done, it'll show you all the things you got completed. If you click the Twitter icon, it'll open up Twitter, and it'll pre-populate a tweet listing out all the things you got completed with like little check marks next to them. So for me, it's like a nice visual way of saying, oh, I got some stuff done, feeling good going into the week, right? Then in the right-hand column, we have a countdown timer. Countdown to when the next break session happens. Again, that's like 15 minutes after the hour. And then if you check out view tutorials, so if you don't have a thing that you particularly want to work on, and you heard that web development sounds pretty cool, but you don't know where to start, I have links to Free Code Camp and the Odin Project. And from what I've seen from the curriculum and what people have told me that have gone through them, I think if you complete those projects, at the end, you'll have a good understanding of what it takes to do web development. And then from there, you can make an educated decision on whether or not you want to spend more time and or money in pursuing it. So those are there. Also in that section, if you're already into web development, but you're looking for like some cool projects that you can like start and finish, and through that maybe build something on top of it, get your creative juices going, maybe create something brand new. I have links to 3 tutorials that go to the Vonage developer platform. And now I'm a JavaScript developer advocate at Vonage, and part of my responsibilities are look over tutorials. So I think they're pretty cool. One of them is you follow the tutorial, you create this application, has an input box and a call button. You put your real world phone number in the input box, hit call, and your real world phone will ring and be able to have a conversation back and forth. They have one that's the opposite, where you get a virtual number, you link it to the application you create following the tutorial, and then from your real world phone, you can call that virtual number. The 3D printer is making some weird noises. Call that virtual number, and then it will ring in the application, and you'll be able to pick up and have a conversation back and forth. Then there's one where like 2 users like log into an application, and one can call the other through the browser and have a conversation. So I think it's pretty cool stuff. You can check that out there. Hako will come back to show and tell sign up. If you want to come up here and talk about something you found interesting on the internet, feel free to do so. Show and tell sign up will walk you through that process. All right, cool. Now, all right. So Hako stands for help a coder / creator out. It's a thing I made that if you ever get stuck working on what you're working on, or maybe you want some feedback on the thing that you're working on, you can create a Hako, which is a room that you can then invite people to join the room. And the hope is that together as a collective, you'll be able to get that feedback or help on the thing that you're working on. So if you click view Hako, it shows you all the different Hakos that have been created. You can click the creator's name to open up Twitter or GitHub, depending on what they logged in with, to check out their profile to see whether or not you'd like to request to join the room. I also added a filter by keyword list. So if there's a specific subject or keyword that you're looking for, maybe it's in the list and you can filter the Hakos by that. Now, when you click create a Hako, you present it with this form. You put in the title and 3 keywords. When you click create, it generates a new URL that you can then copy or click to share to Twitter. When you join your Hako, it looks like this. We got the title here at the top. Over on the right-hand side, you can leave with the leave button, or if you want to open the menu for some more options, you can do that there as well. There's a text chat here to the right. On the left, there's a countdown timer, countdown when the next break session happens. Again, that's like 15 minutes after the hour. You can copy the URL again, and you can click to share to Twitter. Now, when someone clicks your link, they just don't automatically join your room. They're going to be requesting to join your room, so they'll show up under pending. That's where you'll be able to click their username to open up Twitter or GitHub, again, depending on what they logged in with. And from looking at their profile, you can see whether or not you'd like to approve or deny them. Now, if you do approve them and they tend to be a terrible person, you can always ban them and kick them out your room. Now, you as the owner of the Hako, only you can share your screen. Because, again, the point of the Hako is for you to get help or feedback on a thing that you're working on. So I think by being able to share your screen, you'd be able to provide the context for everyone else in the Hako where they can get you the help or feedback on a thing that you're working on. Now, like I mentioned before, the way you communicate with Hako, we have this chat room here. If you put your message here toward the bottom, hit send, it'll add it to the list of messages. Now, that didn't work. I also add the ability to enable audio chat. So anybody who has their audio chat enabled will be able to speak to and hear each other. But don't worry for the folks who don't have audio chat enabled. They'll still be able to follow along because what people are saying, we turn into text and put into the text chat. Now, I also have the opposite available where we enable text to speech. So maybe if you're looking at another tab and you still kind of want to follow along with what's going on in the chat room, you'll still be able to do so because any messages put into the text chat will be read out aloud by your browser And so that way you can still follow along without having to actually look at the text chat. And then that's pretty much it. Again, you can check out all the different hot codes that have been created. And yeah, that is it. Cool. Let me get y'all back to work so I can get back to work. I'm going to send y'all off with some traveling music. This right here is an artist that goes by the name of Anthony Cruz, aka A Butter. The track is called Thank You. Thanks for hanging out. See you 50 minutes at the hour. Till then, I wish you much productivity. All right, y'all be easy. Peace.
I want to say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out. Now I feel so strong, and I want to say thank you for being there when the brother had nowhere to turn to. You were there, and I feel like yeah. And everybody says yeah. We spread love like yeah. I want to say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out. Now I feel so strong, and I want to say thank you for being there when the brother had nowhere to turn to. You were there, and I feel like yeah. And everybody says yeah. We spread love.